we have a risk management process in which we have 4 steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4. Step 1, risk identification. That we did last class. Usually from here, we have some techniques to identify risks. Brainstorm meetings is a technique. Sorry. Brainstorm meetings is one way of doing that. Another way is interview with the task executors or experts on the task, interviews, and historical data. Those are the 3 ways you can identify risk. From those activities, we got the known risks. So maybe here you can come back to several known risks. Several. Okay. And just for example, let's put, for instance, example maybe 100. Okay. From that brainstorm, interviews, and so on. We cannot handle or manage a large amount of risk. And then we have the second step in which you do the risk assessment. In that second step, you try to understand severity of impact, likelihood of occurring, and controllability of the risk. And here, the main idea is to understand the impact, but mostly to rank the risk. What I mean by rank, take from the most critical to the least critical. Because usually, the develop risk response requires budget, money, and to develop a response for 100 risk is too expensive. Too expensive. And so from the risk, you take the most critical, and we do critical, most important, most critical, and we do what develop response for those risks in order to reduce the risk impact or the risk probability. The 3 first steps are done during the planning phase. Okay, that's part of the project plan. The 4th step, that is risk control, we'll be controlling the risk during the execution. So the 4th part is during the project execution. Let's talk about risk. So we have the WBS. From the WBS, we have the lowest level subdeliverables. In each lowest level subdeliverable, we have to develop work package. From those work packages, then we move and develop the activity list. So we put the activity list, bringing the deliverables, subdeliverables, activities inside for the activity list. We develop the risk based on the activity. So we have to take each activity. For instance, each activity, let's suppose that activity over here. And we have to identify risk that can affect the activity, assess that risk, understand how critical is that risk, then if it is the case, develop some response for that risk. So that are the steps we'll be following in the risk assessment. Risk are uncertainties that matter, that affect project objective. What kind of project objectives? Scope, if we are able to develop all the activities that we are planning and develop and deliver all the features that you listed in the project charter, all the requirements, that is the scope. You have to understand if the activity we will have your cost estimate is reliable or not, and if something and identify things that may happen that move that can move that cost up. So here, risk mitigation is try to identify things that can deviate the project from the estimates. Time is the duration. You have some time. Time can be starting date, duration, and finish date. So we identify events that can affect the duration, estimated duration for an activity. And quality, that goes, and each activity has some sort of deliverable. So I'll be representing the activity has some sort of deliverable. And in some moment of your project, you'll be combining all deliverables to deliver the project. Okay, so that's the project. So what means quality? What means quality? Meet customer expectations. So we have a customer here. That's the customer. Okay, that's the customer. And the customer at the end can have two states. Very happy, very happy. And can you see? He's happy, okay? And that means that he's happy with the features and requirements, because he made some requirements at the beginning of the project. You develop the plan, build the deliverables, and you have the final deliverable, and he's happy. So that means that you meet his expectations. You cover all the features that the project has promised in the project charter. So that is quality. Of course, that guy also can be unhappy. Okay, that guy can be unhappy. Can you see that he's unhappy? Why is he unhappy? Or maybe he's paying more than he expects. So he was dreaming paying this, but then the reality is he has to pay much more. Okay, that is a problem. Over budget. Duration, he was expecting last month and he received it today. Or maybe he received just part of he was expecting. So let's now include risk on that picture. Risk is an event, and we call that risk event. Risk event that affects the execution or the deliverable of an activity or a group of activities in the project. In that case, maybe that thing here became just half. Okay, just half, because something happened. Maybe you have to replace the person that was responsible for the job for another person that's not capable as the first one. So at the end you have just half of your, or maybe you may have everything, but something that is defective. Okay, you have everything but it's defective, and that is quality. When your final product, and here has two concepts, your final product does not meet the requirements or customer expectations. What does it mean? That risky event disrupts somehow the execution of a task, affects the deliverable of one task, and that deliverable affects the deliverable of the project. That we mean. So that triangle there that you are looking there is very important and very deep in terms of concept, because you can see here that you have the WBS or the activities moving the WBS. So you have the WBS here, okay, the WBS, you have the WBS, then you go the project schedule, the Gantt chart, and then you may have some events that disturb the execution of one task, affecting the outcome of that task, that affect the outcome of the project. We work hard to help you to get better marks, be prepared for job interviews, and excel in work meetings. You can send your questions in the comment area below. I will be pleased to answer all of them. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe Américo e-Learning.